Who is the person sleeping in your bed right now? I don't mean your body. I mean the thinking part of you. The part that makes choices every single day. Is that person still the same scared, doubting, tired version of you from 5 years ago? Or has that person grown into someone new, someone stronger, someone braver? Sit with that question for a moment. Because most people never ask it. Most people wake up every morning wearing the same old thoughts like an old coat. The same fears, the same excuses, the same small dreams. They carry yesterday's version of themselves into today, and they wonder why nothing changes. I want to tell you something today that might feel uncomfortable at first. But stay with me, because on the other side of this discomfort is a life you have been dreaming about for years. You must force yourself to outgrow the old version of you, not wait for it to happen, not hope for it to happen. Force it. Growth is not something that falls into your lap while you sit and watch television, while you scroll on your phone, while you complain about your job, your luck, your past. Growth is something you demand from yourself. It is something you build with your own 2 hands, brick by brick, day by day. I have spent my whole life studying men and women who rose from nothing and became something great. I have also studied those who had every chance in the world and still stayed stuck, stayed small, stayed the same. And do you know what separated them? It was not luck. It was not money. It was not even talent. It was their willingness to let go of who they used to be. Let me say that again, because it is the whole secret hiding in plain sight. The people who succeed in life are the people who are willing to let go of who they used to be. Think about a snake. A snake cannot grow while it is still wearing its old skin. That old skin becomes too tight, too small, too limiting. If the snake refuses to shed it, the snake will die inside its own skin. So nature forces the snake to break free of what no longer fits. You are no different. The old version of you, the one full of doubt, the one afraid of failure, the one who talks about big dreams but takes no action, that version has become too tight for the life you are meant to live. If you do not shed it, it will hold you back forever. But here is the difference between you and the snake. The snake does this by instinct. You must do this on purpose. You must choose it every single day. I want you to think about your life right now, today, in this very moment. Are you truly proud of the person you have become? Or are you still making the same excuses you made last year? Are you still telling yourself, I will start next Monday, and then Monday comes and goes and nothing changes? I am not here to shame you. I am here to wake you up, because somewhere inside you, there is a stronger version of yourself waiting to be born. That version is patient. That version has been waiting for years, maybe your whole life, for you to finally decide that enough is enough. Let me tell you a story about a young man I once knew. He worked in a small shop, sweeping floors and carrying boxes. He was not lazy. He worked hard every single day, but his thinking was small. He believed he was meant to sweep floors forever. He believed people like him did not become successful. He believed success was for other people, smarter people, luckier people, people born into better circumstances. One day, an old customer asked him a simple question. Son, what do you want to become? The young man laughed and said, I don't know. I guess I'll just keep doing this. The old man looked at him kindly and said something that changed his whole life. He said, the job you have today is not a life sentence. It is only a chapter. But you must decide to write the next chapter yourself, or someone else will write it for you. That sentence hit the young man like lightning. That night, he could not sleep. He kept thinking, who is writing my story? Am I writing it? Or am I letting fear and habit write it for me? From that day, he began to change. Not overnight, not in one dramatic moment, but slowly, steadily, on purpose. He began to read books during his lunch break, instead of complaining with his coworkers. He began to ask his boss questions about how the business worked. He began to save a little money instead of spending all of it. He began to imagine a different future for himself, and then he began to act like that future was already coming true. Years later, That same young man owned 3 shops of his own. And when people asked him how he did it, he said, "I simply refused to stay the same person I was." This is the truth I want you to carry with you today. Nothing changes in your life until you change what is inside your mind. Your outer world is always a reflection of your inner world. If your thoughts are small, your life will be small. If your thoughts are weak, your actions will be weak. But if you force your thinking to grow, your whole life will be forced to grow along with it. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You are thinking, "That's easy to say, but my situation is different. My problems are real. My bills are real. My struggles are real." Yes, your struggles are real. I am not asking you to pretend they do not exist. I am asking you to stop letting them define who you are. There is a big difference between having a problem and becoming your problem. A man can lose his job and still believe in himself. A woman can go through a painful divorce and still know her worth. A person can fail at a business and still carry the same fire inside them to try again. But too many people let their struggles become their identity. They stop saying, "I am going through a hard time," and they start saying, "I am a failure." They stop saying, "This did not work," and they start saying, "I am not good enough." Do you see the danger in this? When you attach your identity to your failures, you give those failures the power to control your whole future. But when you separate yourself from your failures, when you say, "This happened to me, but this is not who I am," you free yourself to grow beyond it. This is what it means to outgrow the old version of you. It means you stop letting your past define your future. It means you take the lessons from your past and you leave the pain behind. Let me ask you something important. What is one belief you have been carrying about yourself that is no longer true? Maybe you believe you are not smart enough. Maybe you believe you are too old to start something new. Maybe you believe good things only happen to other people. Maybe you believe you do not deserve happiness because of mistakes you made years ago. I want you to understand something clearly. Those beliefs are not facts. They are old stories, and old stories can be rewritten. You are not the same person you were 10 years ago. Your body has changed. Your cells have changed. Even your brain has changed. Science tells us the brain can reshape itself throughout our whole life. This means the mental habits you have today are not permanent. They can be changed if you are willing to do the work. But here is the hard truth. Change does not happen by accident. Change happens on purpose. You must force yourself to think new thoughts, even when your old thoughts feel more comfortable. You must force yourself to take new actions, even when your old habits feel easier. You must force yourself to speak new words about your future, even when doubt is screaming louder in your mind. This is not about pretending to be someone you are not. This is about becoming who you were always meant to be, underneath all the fear, underneath all the doubt, underneath all the excuses. Let me share another truth with you. Growth is uncomfortable. If growth felt comfortable, everyone would be doing it. The reason most people stay the same is because staying the same feels safe. Change feels risky. Change feels scary. Change asks you to walk into the unknown. But listen carefully. The unknown is where all your dreams are hiding. Everything you want in life, a better career, a stronger body, a happier family, more confidence, more peace, more success, all of it is waiting for you on the other side of change. And the price of admission is discomfort. You must be willing to feel uncomfortable for a while so that you can feel proud for the rest of your life. I want to tell you about persistence, because persistence is the bridge between who you are today and who you are meant to become. Most people give up right before their breakthrough. They work hard for a few weeks, and when they do not see results immediately, they quit. They tell themselves, "This does not work for me," when the truth is, they simply did not give it enough time. Think about a farmer planting seeds. He does not plant a seed in the morning and expect a full, grown tree by the afternoon. He waters it. He protects it. He waits patiently, day after day, even when nothing seems to be happening under the soil. And then, one day, A small green sprout breaks through the ground. All that invisible work beneath the surface finally becomes visible. Your growth works the same way. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, every time you choose effort over excuses, you are watering a seed. You may not see the results right away, but underneath the surface, something is happening. Your character is growing stronger. Your habits are getting better. Your mindset is shifting. Do not judge your progress only by what you can see. Trust the process, even in the moments when nothing seems to be changing. Now let me talk to you about fear, because fear is the biggest reason people stay stuck in their old selves. Fear whispers lies into your ear. Fear says, you will fail. Fear says, people will laugh at you. Fear says, you are not ready. Fear says, what if you lose everything? But here is something important you must understand about fear. Fear is not there to stop you. Fear is there to test you. Every person who has ever achieved something great felt fear before they did it. The difference between someone who succeeds and someone who stays stuck is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to act despite the fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is taking action even when fear is present. I want you to imagine your fear as a locked door. Behind that door is the life you have always wanted. The door looks scary. It looks heavy. It looks like it might not open. But the truth is, most fears are like that door. They look much scarier from the outside than they actually are once you push through them. The people who live extraordinary lives are simply the people who were willing to push open doors that look scary. They pushed through their fear of rejection to start a business. They pushed through their fear of failure to write a book. They pushed through their fear of judgment to chase a dream that others did not understand. You have that same power inside you, right now, today. Let me tell you about a woman I once knew who was told her whole life that she talked too slowly and would never be good at public speaking. She believed this for years. She avoided every opportunity to speak in front of people. She shrank herself down again and again to avoid the fear of being judged. But one day, she was forced into a situation where she had to speak in front of a small group. Her heart was pounding. Her hands were shaking, but she did it anyway. And to her surprise, people listened. People were moved by her honesty. Her slow, careful way of speaking actually made people pay more attention, not less. From that day forward, she began saying yes to more speaking opportunities. Each time, the fear was still there. But each time, she pushed through it a little more easily. Years later, she became someone who inspired thousands of people with her voice, the very voice she once believed was her biggest weakness. Her story teaches us something powerful. The thing you are most afraid of might actually become your greatest gift, if you are brave enough to face it instead of hiding from it. What is the thing you have been avoiding because of fear? What dream have you been putting away in a drawer because you are afraid of what might happen if you try? I want you to bring that dream back out today. Dust it off, look at it honestly, and ask yourself, am I willing to force myself to grow into the person who can achieve this? Because here is the truth. You do not need to already be that person today. You simply need to be willing to become that person, one small brave step at a time. Let us talk now about the power of purpose, because purpose is the fuel that keeps you moving even when motivation runs out. Motivation is like a spark. It gets you excited for a moment. But motivation fades. It comes and goes like the weather. If you rely only on motivation, you will quit the moment things get hard. Purpose is different. Purpose is like a fire that burns steady, even in the rain. Purpose is the deep reason behind what you are doing. It is bigger than a temporary feeling. It connects to who you want to become and the impact you want to leave behind. Ask yourself, why do you want to change? Why do you want to grow? Is it just because you saw someone else's success and felt jealous for a moment? Or is it because you have a deep desire to become a better version of yourself? For your own peace, for your family, for the life you were always meant to live. When your purpose is strong, you will find the strength to keep going, even on the days when you do not feel motivated at all. I remember a man who wanted to improve his health. At first, his only motivation was that he saw a photo of himself that made him feel embarrassed. That kind of motivation lasted about 2 weeks. Then the excitement faded, and he almost gave up. But then he thought deeper. He thought about his children. He thought about wanting to be alive and strong enough to play with his grandchildren one day. He thought about wanting to set an example of discipline for his family. That deeper purpose gave him a reason to keep going, even on the days when exercise felt hard, even on the days when he did not feel like eating healthy food. Motivation got him started. Purpose is what kept him going. I want you to find your own deep purpose today. Not the shallow reason, not the surface reason. The real reason underneath everything else. Why you want to become a better version of yourself. Write it down if you have to. Speak it out loud. Remind yourself of it every single morning. Because on the hard days, and there will be hard days, your purpose will be the thing that pulls you forward when your motivation runs dry. Now, let us talk about the words you speak to yourself, because your self-talk is shaping your future more than you realize. Every single day, you have a conversation happening inside your own mind. Most people never notice this conversation. They simply accept whatever thoughts come to them without questioning them. But here is something you must understand. Your mind believes what you tell it, whether it is true or not. If you constantly tell yourself, "I am not good enough," your mind will start looking for evidence to prove that belief right. If you constantly tell yourself, "I always fail," your mind will find ways to make that come true. This is not magic. This is simply how the mind works. Your thoughts guide your attention. Your attention guides your actions. And your actions create your results. So if you want to force yourself to become a new person, you must first force yourself to speak new words to your own mind. Instead of saying, "I am not good at this," try saying, "I am learning to get better at this every day." Instead of saying, "I always fail," try saying, "I am someone who keeps trying until I succeed." Instead of saying, "I am too old to start," try saying, "The best time to start was years ago. The next best time is today." These small shifts in language may feel simple, even silly at first, but over time, they rebuild the foundation of your identity. And identity is the root of everything you do. Let me explain this clearly. If you believe deep down that you are a lazy person, you will unconsciously choose lazy actions, even if you try to force discipline for a few days. But if you begin to see yourself as a disciplined person, discipline will start to feel natural, because it matches the identity you believe about yourself. This is why forcing yourself to outgrow the old version of you is not only about actions. It is about identity. You must first believe deep down that you are capable of becoming someone new. And then your actions will follow that belief. I want to talk now about the danger of comfort, because comfort is quietly one of the most dangerous forces in your life. Comfort feels good in the moment, but comfort can also become a trap. When you get too comfortable with your current life, even if that life is not making you happy, you begin to resist change, simply because change feels unfamiliar. Many people stay in jobs they hate because it is comfortable. Many people stay in relationships that no longer serve them because it is comfortable. Many people stay stuck in old habits, old fears, old identities, simply because comfort whispers, "Do not risk what you already have." But I want you to understand something important. Comfort is not the same as happiness. You can be comfortable and still be deeply unhappy. Real happiness often requires you to step outside of comfort and into growth. Think about muscles in your body. Muscles only grow stronger when they are pushed beyond their comfort zone. If you lift a weight that feels easy every single day, your muscles will never grow. But if you challenge them, just a little more than what feels comfortable, they adapt, they strengthen, they grow. Your mind and your character work the exact same way. If you never challenge yourself, you will never grow. But if you push yourself, even slightly beyond what feels comfortable, you will slowly build the strength to handle bigger challenges, bigger opportunities, and a bigger life. So I ask you today, where in your life have you been choosing comfort over growth? Is it in your career, where you have been too afraid to ask for what you deserve? Is it in your health, where you have been choosing easy food over what your body truly needs? Is it in your relationships, where you have been staying silent about your true feelings because confrontation feels uncomfortable? Wherever it is, I want you to gently, but firmly, begin to challenge that comfort today. Let us talk about discipline now, because discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Many people love the idea of a better future. They dream about it, they talk about it, they post about it. But when it comes time to actually do the work, discipline is often missing. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it. Discipline is waking up early, even when your bed feels warm and comfortable. Discipline is saying no to distractions, even when they promise quick pleasure. Discipline is showing up for your goals, day after day, even when no one is watching and no one is clapping for you. I want you to understand something powerful about discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect in action. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are telling yourself, I am worth the effort. My future is worth protecting. Think about the difference between two people. One person wakes up and immediately reaches for their phone, scrolling for an hour before starting their day. The other person wakes up, takes a few quiet moments to plan their day, and begins working toward their goals immediately. Over one single day, the difference may seem small. But over 1 year, over 5 years, over 10 years, this difference in discipline creates two completely different lives. Small disciplined actions repeated daily create massive results over time. This is one of the most powerful truths I have ever studied. Success is rarely the result of one single big moment. Success is the result of small, consistent choices made day after day, even when it feels boring, even when it feels slow, even when no one is applauding you for it. I want you to remember this every single day. You are not just living one day at a time. You are building a life one choice at a time. Every choice you make today is either building the future you want or building a future you will regret. So choose wisely. Choose the harder right thing over the easier wrong thing. Choose discipline over comfort. Choose growth over staying the same. Now let me talk to you about faith, because faith is the quiet strength that keeps you moving forward when you cannot yet see the results of your effort. Faith does not mean pretending everything is perfect. Faith means believing that your effort today is building something valuable even before you can see the final result. Think about building a house. When workers begin building a house, the early stages look messy. There is dirt everywhere. There are holes in the ground. There is no roof, no walls, nothing that looks like a finished home. If someone judged the house only by how it looked in those early stages, they might think it would never become anything beautiful. But the workers do not judge the house by its early appearance. They have faith in the plan. They trust the process. They know that with enough time and enough effort, the messy early stages will eventually become a strong, beautiful home. Your life is being built the same way. Right now, your effort may feel messy. Your progress may feel invisible. You may look at your life and feel like nothing beautiful is being built yet. But I want you to have faith. I want you to trust that every disciplined action you take today is laying a foundation for something greater tomorrow. Do not judge your future by how your present moment looks. Trust the process. Keep building. The results will come, even if you cannot see them yet. Let me tell you something about the people who inspire the world. Every person who ever achieved something extraordinary went through a period where their efforts seemed invisible. They kept working, kept showing up, kept believing, long before anyone else believed in them. The world usually only sees people after they have already succeeded. The world rarely sees the years of quiet effort that happened before that success, the late nights, the failures, the doubts, the moments they almost gave up but chose to continue anyway. I want you to understand that your quiet effort matters, even when no one else can see it yet. Keep going. Keep building. Keep believing. Now, I want to speak directly to something that many of you may be feeling right now, and that is the fear that it might be too late for you. Maybe you are thinking, I am too old to start over. Maybe you are thinking, I have already wasted too much time. Maybe you are thinking, other people started younger, so I have already lost my chance. I want you to release this thought completely, right now, in this moment. There is no such thing as being too late to grow. Time will pass either way. The only question is whether you will spend that time growing or spend that time staying stuck in the same place. 5 years from today, time will have passed regardless of what you choose. You can either look back 5 years from now and say, I am so proud of who I have become. Or you can look back and say, I wish I had started sooner. The choice is yours, but the time is passing either way. So I ask you, why not begin today? Why not force yourself right now to take one small step toward the person you are meant to become? Let me remind you of something important. You do not need to change everything all at once. Trying to change your whole life overnight often leads to burnout and giving up. Instead, focus on small, consistent steps. If you want to become a healthier person, you do not need to transform your whole life today. You simply need to make one better choice today. Drink a little more water. Take a short walk. Choose a healthier meal. Small steps, repeated daily, create big transformations over time. If you want to become more disciplined, you do not need to become perfectly disciplined overnight. You simply need to choose discipline one time today in one small moment. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Finish one task you have been avoiding. Say no to one distraction that has been holding you back. These small steps may seem insignificant in the moment, but I promise you, they are not insignificant. They are the building blocks of a completely new identity. Over time, these small choices add up into a person who is disciplined, confident, and unstoppable. I want to talk now about the people around you, because the people you surround yourself with have a powerful influence on who you become. If you spend your time with people who complain constantly, who criticize your dreams, who mock your efforts to improve, you will find it much harder to grow. Their energy will pull you backward, even if you do not realize it is happening. But if you spend time with people who encourage growth, who challenge you to become better, who believe in your potential even when you doubt yourself, you will find it much easier to rise. I am not saying you need to abandon everyone in your life who is not on the same journey as you, but I am saying you must be careful about whose voices you allow to influence your thinking. Protect your mind. Protect your dreams. Surround yourself, as much as you can, with people and content that lift you higher, not people and content that keep you small. Now, I want to remind you of one of the most powerful truths I have ever learned in my life, and it is this. Whatever your mind can truly believe, with strong emotion and clear purpose, you have the power to achieve. This does not mean simply wishing for something and expecting it to fall into your lap. It means believing deeply enough in your goal that you are willing to take consistent action toward it. Day after day, even when it is difficult, even when progress feels slow, even when doubt tries to creep in. Belief without action is just a wish, but belief combined with disciplined action becomes a powerful force that can transform your entire life. I want you to take a moment right now and imagine the person you want to become. Not in 10 years, not in some distant future. I want you to imagine that person clearly, as if they already exist today. How does that person wake up in the morning? How does that person speak to themselves? How does that person handle challenges? How does that person treat others? How does that person show up every single day? Now here is the powerful part. You do not need to wait until circumstances are perfect to start becoming that person. You can begin acting like that person today, in small ways right now. If that future version of you is disciplined, you can choose one disciplined action today. If that future version of you is confident, you can choose one confident action today. If that future version of you is kind, patient, and focused, you can choose those same qualities today, in this very moment. Every time you act like the person you want to become, you strengthen the identity of that person inside of you. Over time, acting like that person becomes being that person. This is how real transformation happens. Not through waiting for motivation. Not through waiting for perfect conditions. But through consistently choosing in small moments to act like the person you are becoming. I want to remind you one more time of the truth we began with today. You must force yourself to outgrow the old version of you. This is not a gentle suggestion. This is a decision you must make with strength and determination. The old version of you, filled with excuses, filled with fear, filled with self-doubt, must be left behind piece by piece, choice by choice, day by day. This process will not always be comfortable. There will be days when the old habits try to pull you back. There will be moments when fear whispers that you should just stay the same, that change is too hard, that it is safer to remain who you have always been. But I want you to remember something important in those moments. Every person you admire, every person who achieved something meaningful in their life, faced these same whispers of doubt. The difference is, they chose to keep moving forward anyway. You have that same power inside you, right now in this very moment. So I am asking you today, do not wait for tomorrow to begin this change. Do not wait for the new year, the new month, the new week. Begin today. Begin right now in this very moment, while these words are still fresh in your mind. Choose one small action today that represents the person you are becoming. Speak one kinder word to yourself today. Push through one moment of fear today. Choose discipline over comfort just one time today. Because small choices repeated daily create the extraordinary life you have always dreamed of. You were not created to stay the same forever. You were created to grow, to rise, to become more with each passing day. The old version of you served its purpose. It brought you to this very moment. But it cannot take you any further. It is time to let it go. It is time to force yourself to grow beyond the fears, beyond the excuses, beyond the doubts that have held you back for far too long. Somewhere inside you, a stronger, wiser, more powerful version of yourself has been waiting patiently for you to finally say yes. Say yes today. Choose growth today. Choose the harder path, the path of discipline, purpose, faith, and persistent action, because that path leads to the life you were always meant to live. You have everything within you that you need to begin. All that is left is your decision. Make that decision today. If this message inspired you today, subscribe to Zudda Principles and turn on notifications so you never miss our next motivational video. Share this video with someone who needs encouragement today. Remember, your future begins with the choices you make today. Until next time, keep believing in yourself and keep moving forward.